Episode 2, Sky Tower. When we last saw our hero, he had just returned from the spirit realm and gained ancient armor. However, our story this time starts out at the royal palace. King has started taxing the citizens and abusing his power greatly with Alistair gone. With Avinia refusing to be his queen, King is on an outrage. One citizen in particular sadly could not pay his monthly tribute to the king. And this is where our story in episode 2 begins. Magiman had always wanted to see the palace, but not like this, not being dragged up the steps bleeding. He remembered his father putting him on his shoulders, showing him the city once and how marvelous it looked, and how it always made him want to go there one day. As the chamber doors opened, King's men dragged Magiman past a series of columns on the white marble floor and dropped his slumped body in front of the king, who sat slouched back in the throne looking down upon him.
Do you know why you are here, mage?
No, my lord.
You have failed to send me tribute this month. And when I sent for your son to work in my mines as compensation, you hid him.
Please, my lord, show mercy. I was only...
Mercy? Mercy is for the weak, the frail.
You may break my body, king, but justice will come for you. And you will answer for your crimes.
There is no justice!
Crushing Magiman, King absorbs his soul as the astral spirit swirls around King's arm, only to enter his Liger fist one final time. Suddenly, King storms to his underground quarters, the one place he can be alone. King then calls forth Asnikir. Prancing towards King, Asnikir reveals an orb showing the location of Alistair.
It seems the assassins didn't quite fully assassinate my lord.
What? Alistair lives on? We will deal with him later. As of now, he is of no threat. Come, clown.
After defeating the Cheruzas, our heroes went back to the rebel desert cave to seek shelter from the sun. Alistair fully explains how he received his flawless combat training, and he begins telling Windchaser how he got to where he is. He talks about his life, and he reminisces on his past. He tells his new friend about Avinia. He chokes up talking about her, and Windchaser stops him.
You don't have to talk about her if it's too hard.
No, it's fine. I can continue.
If you don't mind me asking, why didn't you get married sooner and not have to worry about King?
Well, back then, the king was my worry. He is of royal blood, descendant of the ancient summoners of old. And no offense, but after you and your rebellion tried to break off from the Great Lands and the city to settle other lands, you sent quite a bit of assassination attempts upon the king's life. And were I to fall defending the king, I couldn't leave Avinia a widow. I'm sorry, I just miss her.
I see.
Windchaser thinks for a second, and she nods her head and says,
You saved my people. I will help you in your quest to seek justice.
She rounds up the rebels and gets the rebel skiff sails and supplies for their journey that approaches them quickly. They begin their race across the dunes to Sky Tower. It has been told to be a long journey, but they set off to stop King. They are off to seek the counsel of the Panth Mage, a respected mage of the highest caliber of magic who's been able to hold off all enemies who try to overtake his tower.
If you're able to reach him, listen to his words.
Windchaser tells him. It was a 4-day journey. The closer they got to Panth Mage, the hotter the sun became. They reach him exactly a day after running out of supplies. Alistair, Sprint, and Windchaser are all thankful that they have now arrived. Once inside, they face many who are home to the tower and see Alistair and his companions as intruders. They run. They reach the top, and it is sealed by a giant metal door. Windchaser looks at the door, and then after a brief moment she translates.
To enter, one must have the will of a warrior, the strength of an ill-tempered mooman, and the purest of purest hearts.
All three of them place their hands on the door. A pause, and then a very loud sound. They prepare to fight, but instead, the door slowly opens. They meet the legendary Panth Mage, powerful aura emitting from his paws. Alistair bows, and as Panthmage sets a paw on his head, Panthmage tells them that the armor he is wearing is sacred, and that he has a destiny to fulfill. He states that King isn't all their worries, and that to defeat the King, they will pick up more followers. Then, he proceeds to say King draws his strength from the souls of living creatures, meaning humans and animals, and that Alistair needs to travel to Bosselin Town to meet a man who has a map to a relic that will help them defeat the King and his power. To get to the town, however, they have to travel through King's Heart Forest. Panthmage replenishes their supplies, and as they pack up, he says,
It is a long road ahead, but the man of strong will is a man who cannot fall.
the newfound knowledge that Panthmage has provided our heroes, they will be going to King's Heart Forest. I guess we'll have to see next time. To be continued.